Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Literal. I'm your host, Mike James, surrounded by my co-hosts, Bill,
Hi.
Charlie, F, and George, with the penis-shaped head.
Oh.
We covered it earlier.
Yeah, they covered the penis-shaped head.
Today, some of our hot topics include a resounding conclusion to the Blue Door saga, Rosetta Stone, elevator troubles, JB versus TC. I'll be covering that later. And story time with Bill, which is my personal favorite part of the show.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one, guys.
Oh, man.
Geordie, you're a better storyteller than I am. Would you like to
that is
cover
debatable.
the...
In fact, I'm not enthusiastic about this story, so I think you should do it.
Okay, I will do it to the best of my ability, but I'm not a good storyteller.
It's like a bigger cliffhanger than...
Do it to death.
All right.
The movie cliffhanger.
So we...
cliffhanger.
Yeah. Or should you guys do the entire thing as Sylvester Stallone?
the hell of a mountain climbing. I don't want to do it anymore.
Hello, live viewers on Twitch, by the way.
Wire.
So anyway, I was helping Geordie to work today, and we were going to have some lunch in downtown Stewart. I'm like, greedy and lazy.
Okay, so
I
anyway.
was like, don't tell the whole story like
Yeah,
that, please.
no way. All right,
All
so
I understood was downtown Stewart.
Yeah. So I was helping. That's kind of the point, right? So I was helping Geordie with a job today, and we took a lunch break. Went to downtown Stewart, also home of Blue Door Coffee Bar, who is the subject of a story at the last episode. And we went to this outdoor restaurant, and as we're walking up, we see a man who we both know. I will leave everything unnamed.
Was it a Miami Mojito man?
It was not, as a matter of fact.
Oh, okay.
And
I don't care.
we said hi, and we sat down, and he comes over and he goes, "So you got to tell me what was with the water thing at Blue Door?" I'm like, "Oh, okay. I guess word gets around because I posted about it on social media, and we were all commenting."
He
and
tried to play coy. He said, you know the person, but he said, were you guys at the Blue Door recently?
At Blue Door?
what happened?
What happened?
So we recap basically everything that everybody already knows. You know, the water and Charlie and the guy having a conversation with himself and whatever. And he goes, oh, the first thing he said, I almost forgot this. First thing he goes when he asks, what happened at Blue Door? I was like, oh, you should probably listen to the.
Real quick, did you mention his position in relation?
No, not at all yet.
Because if so, you probably shouldn't quote him.
What? No, I haven't mentioned anything.
I'm just making sure.
So anyway, so he asked, and I go, oh, you should probably listen to the last episode of the show, and Head and Hands, and he's like, oh, God damn it. And I was like, oh,
it's gone.
I wonder
further
why
than you wanted it to go.
I was like, I wonder why he cares, this person. So anyway, he turns out, so I mean, if you don't even name him.
Well, we can either quote or say his position.
His position.
He helps with the social media for Blue Door.
Oh, boy.
Okay.
So he goes, yeah, so it's funny when you posted that video with the hose going over Charlie's shoulder and a little bit of the conversation, I was woken up by it. And I was like,
no.
Yeah.
oh, God damn it.
His wife, who does the social media with him, woke him up.
So anyway, he gets woken up by it. So it was, well, you know, small town. It's a very small town we live in. And so I couldn't believe that he was involved. And long story short, it's not the first time that something like this has gone down. So he had the really disappointed parent look in his eyes, like, ugh. And it's like, you know, he's just constantly putting out fires, I guess, is how it sounded to me. And I was just like, it was even funnier once I found out what he did and helped with social media, because when he asked me originally, and I was like, oh, just listen to the show. And his head was in his hands because it's like just getting more and more broadcast to everybody.
So they untagged it. They were tagged in the thing, and they untagged themselves.
I noticed that in the original post.
Which is smart for business.
Yeah, wise.
Yeah, I don't blame him at all.
If somebody has a negative thing to say, you don't want to keep it public.
It's true.
Sure.
So it was just a funny little lunchtime
random run-in.
Lunchtime story. Yeah, exactly.
And this is right off the back. I thought you were talking about the other story where Mike helped me move all this computer equipment from an office from one of my clients. One of my clients is moving right down the road.
Okay.
So we had to unplug, shut down all the machines, label them, and load them up. And we load them up into this freight elevator. And the elevator stopped working once we got basically everything in there. So it was just stuck closed.
Yeah, locked shut
so we
with all of the valuable computer stuff inside.
So I called the elevator service dispatch, and they dispatched somebody out.
I was under the impression that y'all got locked in the elevator with the equipment.
I did. And at one point of the conversation with the dispatch, I was like, and there's somebody in there, because I figured they would hurry
and
up.
I was just like, no, don't say that.
But don't send police or firefighters. He's fine. He has food and water and air. It's chilling.
And the guy's like really concerned all of a sudden because he was like real lazy about it. And he's like, okay, so there is somebody in the, and he's like, there is a lot of, and Geordie avoided the first question. He goes, there's a lot of valuable computer equipment that we have to move today. And he goes, so there is a person in the elevator.
Damn it.
I'm not sure if he made it out in time. He might still be in there.
There may or may not be somebody inside there.
The cables trying to get out right now.
Because I didn't know, because I don't know what the protocol is.
I was trapped in an elevator, I would be climbing my way out of it.
True.
Do they all have
I feel like
access?
you've watched a lot of movies.
Yeah, I don't. They have to?
You can just hit the red button. It says fire, alarm, etc. All right, so I see a gleam in your eyes.
My way out of there.
Say the next part of the damn story because I could tell you want to.
Which part of the story?
The phone conversation later. I can see like.
Okay, so
there's
still
more.
rattling around in your head.
There's more.
So,
I'm fine with it now. But
I mean, I wasn't on the phone, so you should probably, because it really also irritated the shit out of you for hours.
Yeah. So the elevator maintenance guy was there, and we weren't. We were at lunch. And he called me and he's like, I've got the second story door open. You know, why didn't you just put a key in and hold the unlock? I'm like, I don't have a key. And
like it was super obvious.
Yeah, he said it like it was super obvious. And then he said, he was talking down. Like the tone was super like I was an idiot.
Condescending.
And I said, oh, well, thanks for going there and fixing it. Bye. In the middle of him like going through like what we need to do next. And then goodbye.
Oh, the thing you said right before goodbye was, well, I'm glad you're there to fix it. Bye. Because he kept asking him questions.
Yeah, he kept going on, and he was talking down like in that kind of tone, and that made me want to reach through the phone and grab him by the throat and smash the back of his favorite head up against the wall.
His favorite.
So
head.
10 minutes later, we're like eating, right? We haven't even talked about this since it happened, and all of a sudden, George just out of the blue is like, I really hope that guy's still there when we get back to the office. And I'm like, I don't hope he is at all.
No, not fighting him. I just wanted to make him feel
talk dirty to him.
Essentially. You don't know who you're talking to on the other side of the phone. You shouldn't just like talk to everybody like they're an idiot. Now, I do IT for a living. When somebody has a computer issue that seems obvious to me, I understand that they don't do IT for a living.
Right.
So I don't talk down to them and expect them to know everything.
Sure.
Just like I don't have the fucking manual for the elevator and know. Also, I might not have access to the special key. That might be a building owner key that only the building owner has. Or the fire department.
Why would the IT guy have a key to the elevator?
Why would some random guy moving stuff?
I mean, you're
know
IT,
about
right?
All
What do you
this?
don't have a key for the elevator for?
He's like, why did you just hit the bypass and turn the key on the blah blah blah? And I was like,
yeah, of course.
But he was like, I mean, all you got to do. And then I was like, all right, I'm glad you're there to fix it. Bye. Click.
Yep, that's exactly how that went down.
I'm so thankful that you exist and you're a part of my life. I love you so much. Goodbye.
Nope, none of that was
very
said.
helpful. Very helpful. This guy was.
Yeah.
And then the maintenance guy for the building, who I am friends with. And he's like a commercial property maintenance company. Mm-hmm. So he's on a lot of them.
A maintenance company.
He works for a maintenance company.
Himself.
He's an upper guy. And he called me back. He goes, hey, everything all good? I got this guy on speakerphone. Is there anything you got to say? Like, I'm good. He's like, you got to say anything? He goes, no. He's like, all right, Geordie. Hey, I'll catch you later, bro. All right, see ya.
It's weird.
You can tell that he was just seeing. It's like, oh, what was that? Hold on. I'm going to call him right now. I'm going to call him right now. You say that to him.
Want me to stir the pot a little bit?
So, yeah, when we got back there, everybody had heard from the guy. Apparently he was fuming because I hung up on him, and he let everybody in the office know about it, which was funny because I was heated for a little bit about it too. Yeah. And now I really wish that I didn't miss him.
Oh, also a comment. One of the nurses, one of the people that works there, I don't know what her position was, but she goes, I heard you broke the elevator. And he goes, yeah, the good news is all the valuable stuff's locked inside. But he had the straightest face on, and I was fucking dying.
And then we left for lunch. Not to worry, though. Everything we're trying to do is locked inside there.
A couple hours, he told me. Only a couple hours.
So that was our exhausting day. It's not cool out in Florida right now.
Nope. It's like 95 degrees when we were.
And when you're this beautiful... And
that much beauty.
Oh, by the way, for the audio listeners, I just rubbed my gut after I pushed it out. I'm gonna pay for that one because I'm pretty full. But at any rate,
oh no,
like when you apply pressure, you're like, ooh, that was a bad idea. Yeah, that was a mistake.
It's a code brown.
But yeah, I don't remember where I was going. Oh yeah, when you're this beautiful and you start sweating in this time of year in Florida, you just don't stop.
Yeah,
can't stop till you get enough.
Instantly ripe.
Come on.
Shimona.
All right, Charlie, I have to know because ever since I wrote it down. I don't know what it means.
So I recently purchased Rosetta Stone. I want to learn new languages.
Who's that?
Hang on, new languages? How many do you want to learn?
I want to learn two new ones.
Is she related to Emma Stone?
She is, yes. Distant cousin.
Now, what country can you purchase people?
So I bought Spanish and I bought French.
Spanish Rosetta Stone and French Rosetta Stone.
Yes.
They're individual software programs.
Yes.
Do they know each other?
I'm going to do one at a time. Obviously, because it took me long enough to. It took
not
me
that
37
obvious.
years to learn English.
I think it'd be a better story if you
and I'm
tried to
still
learn.
working on that.
If you put one headphone on one ear and did Spanish
Yeah,
and the
and
other
do it
in
in my
French at the
sleep.
same time, I would be super impressed.
But it bugs me. I work in the restaurant industry, and it's a very mixed industry. And especially where I work, like my kitchen, there's so many different languages. It sounds like the fucking Tower of Babel back there. So I was
I'm
like,
sorry. Is that a Dungeons and Dragons reference?
It's a
the
Bible
biblical
version.
Oh, even worse.
Of the,
So, but like, all right. So my coworkers, they'll be talking, and I'm like, okay, wait, and I hear, they pepper in enough English into the Spanish conversation, like it keeps me on the hook. So I'll be walking by, and it's like, esta tiene chica una big titties, and I'm like, whoa. Okay.
But they definitely could have said big titties and
Yeah, I mean, they could be saying whatever, but I'm like, okay, big titties. And then I hear a whole lot more Spanish, and then I hear like, Walmart. And I'm like, oh, okay, so there's a big titty woman working at Walmart. Attention. But like, I'm constantly trying to figure out, because I'm just there all the time. I'm listening. I'm like, I can get bits and pieces of this conversation. But I want to learn a new language. I'm tired of like just.
Good for you, man.
Tired of being a one language
not
mind.
Easy. It's really not easy.
My son knows 2 languages. And
How
he
the
doesn't even
fuck
speak.
do kids do it?
Is there a particular lesson? Is there a particular lesson you're like? How does it start? Is it real like high school?
It's
foreign
very
language, or-
basic. It's excuse me. It's
Do they conjugate the verbs?
you put your earphones on. It's a computer program, and it shows you like the picture. It shows you the animal, and then you have to repeat it.
Nothing you said. It's a computer program. You put your earphones on. They show you a picture of the animal. It's just
And there you
a
go.
very
You've
funny
learned
early
Spanish.
description.
Yeah,
That's
it's
all.
not easy, man. Or maybe I'm just so fucking dumb with computers that I can't figure it out. But I do know how to say bathroom is baño.
Yeah, the
Good for you,
Like
Charles.
that's one of the
I
early
feel like I don't
phrases.
need to put it in a sentence though. If I just walk in somewhere and I go baño.
Well, for
And I have
future
learned that
reference.
everything in Spanish has to sound like you're angry.
No, that's
I think
German.
that's German.
Well, that too. But like you walk in there and you're not like, excuse me, baño. It's baño.
You have to be.
I don't know if that's correct.
As someone who is
In
married into a
German.
Spanish family,
Screaming.
No one's ever
baño at
yelled
people.
bathroom at you. Just
no.
Biblioteca. Baño.
What if a Spanish guy with a thick Spanish accent just goes, bathroom?
Does Rosetta Stone differentiate between like Hispanic Spanish and Spain Spanish?
or is it just like run of the mill boilerplate Spanish?
I'm one day into it, man.
So that's a big deal
I'm very
because
basic.
As far as he's concerned, it could be the French course.
Yeah, it might be. It might be.
my wife and her family give me
My
a lot
wife.
of like stick for saying things in Spain Spanish that I learned in school. They basically say I sound like an idiot. It's basically if you sound like an old English person speaking English, that's what you sound like to Hispanic people.
If just speaking like regular. So if I walked,
Play-Doh a la corto de baño. You're
Well-
they're like, just say baño, you idiot.
Oh, okay.
Like, oh.
Yeah, all right. It's not my fault. I'm
Oh.
just trying.
So my son has this book called Me Gusta Cuando. You can say just about anything in English or Spanish and you'll understand what
That's
you're
so
saying.
awesome. Look, kid.
Because,
Yeah.
her mother watches him like 3 days a week, and we have said don't ever speak English to him. Only speak in Spanish with him. And that way he's got like a full-on education. So he has this book. It's in English and Spanish, like all his books are, and it's called Me Gusta Cuando, which means I like it when. And I'm always like, Me Gusta Cuando, call me Big Papa. And my wife's like, please stop.
Please don't do that.
Put your hands in the air. My son thinks it's funny.
he should.
Yeah.
And is he a Biggie fan? Your son?
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
More his older stuff.
Biggie
though.
or Tupac?
Yeah.
He's a
your
real
son?
hipster when it comes to old school hip hop.
Yeah. He's more of a 10 crack commandments kind
Yeah,
of Biggie.
exactly. Who shot you?
Yeah. I got you on that.
Wow.
Today's
Never get high on
agenda-
your own supply. Remember that, Geordie.
Exactly. That's the only commandment he remembers.
Rule number.
So have you guys heard at all in the Twitter sphere or just the general internet? Because now a lot of people have picked up the story that Justin Bieber called out Tom
Yeah.
Cruise.
Oh,
That's what JB versus TC is.
Yeah.
okay.
Paul F. Tompkins said he's willing to host it down his street. And,
Somebody else, McGregor said his entertainment group would host it as well. He goes, because he tagged Dana White in the post. He's like, yo, Tom Cruise, if you don't accept this, you're scared and you'll never live it down. And then he tags Dana White like, hey, you want to host this thing? And then everyone started picking it up because it was like a few weeks ago. Then he never dropped it. Like he kept saying it over and over again. People like, oh, I guess this wasn't like a joke.
I think Tom Cruise will whoop his ass.
Yeah, absolutely.
So? Yeah,
absolutely.
Even just from movie
what physical thing has Justin Bieber ever done?
He got choked once by Post Malone, and
he
that's
peed in a bucket in the kitchen of a strip club.
Post Malone looks like a fucking couch with stickers all over it, and that guy choked him out. I mean,
I was gonna say broken down Ford Escort with bumper stickers all over it.
Now, he is short, but I know plenty of short people that'll whoop basically everybody I know's ass.
Listen, I've seen Mission Impossible and Jack Reacher. Yeah. Bieber doesn't stand a chance.
Okay, I'm just saying, Bieber's a young guy. And, And
Tom Cruise,
my boy Tom Cruise
learned how
chicken.
Tom Cruise learned how to fly a fucking helicopter.
Yeah.
So he could do his own trunk.
Directly translates.
He hung on the side of an airplane for 37 takeoffs and landings so he could get that. Justin Bieber doesn't even write his own fucking music.
I think Charlie's point here is that if Tom Cruise did accept the fight, his commitment to training to be ready
he's going to put into it
would be insane.
Yeah, he would be like Keanu Reeves.
He could put enough training in. I feel like he could step in the octagon with an actual fighter. Like
Tom
he
Cruise.
trains.
No.
You are highballing Tom Cruise right now.
Yeah, that's
the
I don't
amount
know if I agree.
He did 20,000 hours worth of helicopter training.
Doesn't mean
for this.
He keeps bringing up the helicopter
Because I can't even fucking fly a helicopter on a video
listen,
game.
How many times have you seen Chael Sonnen fucking descend into the octagon from a helicopter?
That he would
every time, isn't it? Isn't that every time?
Charlie's reason for why the helicopter thing is so important is because he says, because I can fly a helicopter.
No. Okay.
You ever tried to fly a helicopter in Grand Theft Auto?
Shut up about the helicopter.
Yeah, it's hard.
I get what you're saying in that he shows a lot of commitment to the training he's doing. The problem is he didn't start when he was 13, which is why he couldn't go to the UFC now. Original UFC, I would say, if Tom Cruise put the energy that he puts into like all his movies, all of them, just in the fighting, in the original UFC, he could have probably fought.
They would have to have a different division though, because Tom Cruise is only like 4'3".
Older actors division.
The older actors.
That would be amazing if you just get action movie actors to fight.
It's a weight.
I feel like they should bring back Celebrity Deathmatch. Only it shouldn't be claymation. It should be real life people.
It shouldn't be to the death. It should be till the
and
tap.
it should be people that are like they're desperate to like cling on, like your fucking reality
Klingons,
stars,
for example.
Desperate Klingons.
Yeah, desperate Klingons.
And the winner gets a helicopter.
The winner gets a new TV
You better
show.
have done at least 20,000 hours of practice prior to coming.
The helicopter training.
Point Man 1218 says, hopefully Charlie learns English before he learns Spanish and French.
Oh man, shot across the bow.
That hurts.
And he also thinks Tom Cruise got it. So does Juice Newton.
Yeah, absolutely. Tom Cruise.
Caution also says that. So everybody's for Tom Cruise.
All right, so votes here. Tom Cruise, aye.
I say aye.
I'm not Tom
Plus,
Cruise,
I just
so I'm not going to say aye.
hate Justin Bieber.
I don't like him
What
either.
a peckerhead. Like, he really is.
Oh man, shout out to Peckerhead.
I have no problem with any of these people more than the other people. I actually just in general don't like anybody in Hollywood because, you know, as many people of them turn out
You don't
to be,
like Keanu Reeves?
Yeah, except for him.
Fuck
basically.
you,
Yeah.
Jordan.
But as many of these
Keanu
people
Reeves.
turn out to be fucking scumbags, you can't. It's not safe to
True.
like them.
What shook my faith in Tom Cruise was the Scientology thing.
Yeah, exactly. When I say turn out to be scumbags,
That's
this
not
is
a-
an example.
that's a
I'll
big
tell you
deficit.
this much. I'll
Yeah.
tell you this much. If Tom Cruise put as much effort into like training for a fight as he did pretending he loved Katie Holmes, he would destroy Justin Bieber.
Are you
Destroy
hurt by
him.
this?
If the couch on
Yeah, I'm still
Oprah
a
was
little
Justin
butthurt about
Bieber,
that. Katie Holmes is a good woman.
so the couch when he was jumping up and down at Oprah is Justin Bieber, and Tom Cruise is himself Tom Cruise. He was just stomping on his ass.
Yeah.
Remember about the Katie Holmes thing?
Yeah.
I'm so happy. He like jumped up and down on the
fucking up
couch, and he's like,
Justin
it's really weird.
I want to see
creepy
that
ass laugh.
face while whooping some ass. That would actually just be that'd be worth it right
Also, hang on, can we get to the root of this? What the fuck did Tom Cruise do to make Justin Bieber
That's
want
what
to
the
fight
fuck
him?
I was going to ask from the get-go. Like, where did the beef start?
I don't know.
there. Hold on, Googling. Continue.
Okay, yeah, we'll vamp while you find out the information.
Yeah.
I'm worried about the rabbit hole you might have to travel down to figure this out.
Yo, what happened?
What do you?
Well, I think I read
It's a
somewhere that
generational
it's
thing.
actually, isn't that like a new thing now where young celebrities are calling out older celebrities?
Well, this is a thing. I don't
Mariah
know.
Faber gives Tom Cruise the edge over Justin Bieber.
And Joe Rogan needs to shoutcast it.
CNN is so confused. Surprise.
So they're like, who's Tom Cruise? So, okay, while he's looking this up, what do you guys think happened? First of all, it's not like you even travel in the same circles. You're not in the same entertainment industry. Like how could one? You think maybe he like cut him off in traffic in California?
I'm thinking love triangle situation.
Justin's married now to that model. I don't know her name, but he's married to a model.
Is it a model airplane or a model?
Probably a
helicopter.
It's a balsa wood glider. I mean, that's about as skinny as she is.
Justin Bieber says he was kidding.
This table.
He was just playing. Okay, so there's really no origin. He was just playing. He was JP.
JB was JP?
Yeah, correct.
I don't like that shit.
He went really hardcore in the tweet for that to be a joke. Like tagging the owner of UFC
You don't
and
just
everything.
come at T. Cruz
on
social media talking about you want to fight. Tag Dana White in
and also
post.
call him a cat or call him out for being scared of not accepting when it's just a joke.
Yeah,
I think Tom Cruise accepted it on the back end and the back channels, and
he was like,
he was like backing out.
This is exactly some shit that I would do if I was famous, though. Just fuck with people on the internet because everybody will believe everybody.
You know what?
I would first text Tom Cruise like, I'm gonna put some stupid shit out. Just ignore it.
I wouldn't. I would just immediately call out like Ray Fiennes and be like, I know what you did.
If I genuinely didn't like somebody, which would probably be just about everybody.
That's true.
Katy Perry has given nothing to anybody ever.
Not true. She gave me.
I would fight her in octagon.
She gave me a couple boners when she was still hot.
Did oh wow.
Yeah. Like when Katy Perry, before she was crazy, she had the long,
I'm sad for you.
Longer black hair. No, Katy Perry used to be fucking fine, man. And then she shaved her head. And tried to do
was that in her Dawson Creek days? Was she on Dawson's Creek?
No,
I don't know.
You're thinking of the other one we were just talking about.
Disturbing behavior. She was in that, right?
Pre-crazy Katy Perry was
Katy Perry.
I kissed a girl and I like it.
You guys ever see BoJack?
I spaced out.
Horseman?
I thought we were talking about Katie Holmes.
Yeah,
Katy Perry.
Kitty Purry
On BoJack Horseman, that's a character.
I can't get into
It's
BoJack.
hilarious. Well,
BoJack is funny, and then like out of nowhere, it just gets real fucking sad.
Yeah, real sad.
And I don't
drink.
But I like dry humor. Like you ever watch Harvey Birdman, Attorney at Law?
Love Harvey Birdman.
Oh my god, so good.
Harvey
Birdman. Or Space Ghost, Coast to Coast.
Love Space Ghost.
The one where he's following the ant. With the
you guys watch shit that I've never heard of.
Well, this is old Adult
Cartoon
Swim
Network.
Shit.
Yeah.
Oh,
12-ounce mouse. Remember 12-ounce mouse?
No, I don't know about that. Okay.
It sounds like a pretty heavy mouse, though.
Sounds like I'm going to be trolling Amazon for some old shows.
Thick boy mouse. We got to stop kicking this thing.
Yeah, I'm doing my best to keep my feet away from it, but I got these fucking canoes on my feet.
Let me see these. What kind of shoes you wearing?
These are Dr. Martens.
Oh.
He's got a PhD in airwear.
Yeah.
I bet those have a lot of soul.
Some have even described them as bouncing souls.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yep.
I haven't heard that band in a while.
Went down the rabbit hole.
Yeah.
I'm a hopeless romantic.
Stop it.
You're just hopeless. Okay.
I did kind of like the bouncing souls.
Yeah, you did. Because who
I also liked soul coughing. Remember soul coughing?
Sounds like Soul Coffin.
Yes, and
Is it a Pokemon band?
Yes.
who's that Pokemon?
It's soul coughing.
Even though they're very different sounds, I always confuse soul coughing with cold chamber. Was that the name? Coal
Chamber?
Coal.
Yeah.
They had a song
COAL.
called Big Truck.
Yes.
Remember Big Truck?
Yes.
what the hell
I
did Soul
do.
Coughing sing?
I'd have to.
Hold on, I got you, boo.
Yeah. They had
Okay.
like one big song.
It's ringing a bell, but
Yeah.
Circles.
Circles. That's not.
probably
but
not it.
Nope.
That does not ring a bell.
Remember Live?
Hell
Nope.
yeah, man.
Did you ever see them live?
No, I didn't. I was too young.
Do you remember Chumbawamba? Because
Tub
I had to listen to
thumping?
them every single morning
I
on the
get
bus ride
knocked
to
down.
Southwark.
I
But I get up again.
a little bit.
Terrible.
That's Chumbawamba. Yeah.
Every single morning.
Isn't that song about the IRA?
It was on 103.1 The Buzz.
It's strange that you listen to it in the morning when it's about pissing the night away.
And about the Irish Republican Army.
Yeah.
That's the whole song's about the
Is it
IRA.
really?
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
I mean,
All right. So down to this. Sugar-free jazz, screenwriter's blues, soundtrack to Mary, Super Bon Bon.
that's the one.
Super
Super
Bon
Bon Bon.
That's it.
Yep. Soul
Super
coughing.
As soon as I read it,
Super
I knew.
Bon.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Move
terrible.
upside, let the man go.
I
through.
loved that song when it was on the radio.
It was
Why
kind
don't
of
you
a
marry it?
kind of a bop, dude.
Yeah, but you couldn't really
Was
go
it a
wrong
kids
in
bop?
1997.
It was a kids bop. It was a now that's
That's
what I
not-
call kids
I don't-
bop.
If you wear flannel,
Everything that came out back then, I enjoyed.
Puddle of Mud.
I like Puddle of Mud.
was that
Blurry?
back then?
Yeah.
Blurry was in 97. That was Puddle of
Do
Mud.
you guys remember
They're
the
bad.
Fun Loving Criminals?
No, that's 2001.
Puddle of Mud was
2001,
2001 or 2.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of,
Tub Thumper.
what did you just say?
Oh my God.
I said,
the
do you
name.
guys remember the Fun
Thanks,
Loving
Juice
Criminals?
in the chat.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Toad the Wet Sprocket.
Yeah.
Sponge.
Yeah.
The crash test dummies.
You know, Sponge and Cake should have got together.
They should
Born like an avalanche
They made
coming down
sponge
the
cake.
mountain.
That was that was the Butthole Surfers, I believe.
Oh my God!
That
What
was
did Crash
Surfers.
Test Dummies sing?
Crash Test Dummies saying,
You're gonna have to go.
Oh yeah, you're taking me down the rabbit hole of
there
music.
was this, what the fuck? There was that song that Weird Al Yankovic made.
Once there was this guy who
Yeah. Took
ate
himself
his
to
entire
Singapore,
cigarette.
brought
Do you guys
along
remember-
the
you
spray
guys-
paint?
You guys remember
Jesus
Dishwalla?
Christ.
What is it?
Dishwalla. Remember Dishwalla?
I remember the name, but not anything they did.
Yeah, the we count only blue cows.
Nope. Okay, now I'm lost again.
Yeah.
Remember
Space. Oh, there you go. Why didn't you just say that?
Space Hog. In the meantime,
Because he's
Space Hog.
Space Hog.
Doesn't ring a bell.
Man.
I remember it.
You'd recognize the song immediately.
I'm certain I would.
Yeah.
I remember
Certainly
that
would.
song.
Hey, the cleaning crew's here. Hopefully the mics pick it up.
Hell
I
yeah.
hope you guys like vacuums and bad renditions of bad music from the 90s and 2000s.
I don't know what you're talking about.
All right, Bill.
Simultaneously.
Story time.
Oh,
Yeah, absolutely
boy.
story time.
All right, so
Okay, maybe not right now.
yeah,
Do you guys
very loud.
remember the band The Beatles?
who?
Never heard of them.
Hey, Geordie, see if chat has heard. Can hear the vacuum.
Chad, can you hear the bathroom? What?
Can you hear the banyo?
Can
I was
you hear the
gonna say
background
the
bathroom?
vacuum
You hear the-
in the
the baño?
background, but I got bathroom.
You know, fuck you guys. I'm going to come in next Wednesday. I'm going to
Wow.
do my entire segment
Very
in
great.
Spanish or French.
Bull fucking shit.
Yo, if
I'll
you-
take that bet.
Yeah,
Para español, marque nueve.
Okay.
I'll take that bet. Absolutely. I bet you can't get through half the story in Spanish.
I'll do 10 straight minutes of Spanish.
What the fuck? First of all, nobody here or probably listening wants to hear you do 10 straight minutes in Spanish.
That's not true. Point
Do you want to hear me do 10 gay
Point Man
minutes of Spanish?
1218 would like to hear that.
yeah.
Yes. No. Yeah. In the gay accent. You heard it here first, guys. 10 minutes of gay Spanish.
Is that
He
like
said
a
it.
different
That was
dialect?
his
I think it's
That
called
was-
gay
it was a
voice,
joke.
not accent.
Oh,
I've always wondered about
Remember that comedian? That's like one of his jokes. His agent wanted him to go out, like try out for like different roles, become an actor. But he's a comedian, so he went for like a tough guy, like Sopranos role, and he's like, "Hi guys."
Dora, if you're watching, we got some serious work to do before next Wednesday.
Dora.
Yeah,
One
the
of my
Explorer.
coworkers. She.
Oh my God. I thought she was teaching you Spanish and Rosetta.
She's gonna have to help me with my Spanish.
Swiper, no swiping.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm the map.
I know this because my son watches this a lot, and I read all the books that we have to him. I was going to say all the books, but I'm sure there's more out
The
there.
Swiper books.
Please, God, no, it's the Dora the Explorer.
We did it again. All right, Bill,
I was
quick.
going to say, was there like a spin-off?
Bill, are you going to tell a story or what? I'm sick
All
and
right.
tired of all this dead air.
Well, we were just talking about all right, whatever. So,
Jesus Christ.
at any rate, I'm going to call this story the Beanie Baby sex story. Now, before any of you chime in,
So many
I did
questions.
not fuck a Beanie Baby.
Also,
Just
was
so-
it a valuable Beanie Baby?
strap in because you're about to find out.
That's the
Strap on.
joke.
Got it.
There are no valuable Beanie Babies.
So, this was back when they used to do karaoke at Harper's and Pumps.
Beanie Babies used to do karaoke
They
at
did.
Harper's?
Yeah, they
Holy
were
shit.
that
surprisingly
was actually
very.
some fun nights.
Yeah, I had a lot of good times. So, there was a guy there. I had just sang a song, and I handed the mic back to the guy, and I was walking back towards the bar, and I was approached by this like big guy, and he comes up. He was like, "I just wanted to tell you, you sound like an angel when you sing," and I'm not saying it like that.
Is that what he sounded
for like dramatic effect. He genuinely sounded like former Intercontinental Champion and former Governor of Minnesota, Jesse the Body Ventura. Like,
Was he?
Wow.
Wow.
Because you said he was large.
he was a
You
large
left out
man.
the fact that he was one of the first people killed by the Predator, too.
He was. He had his chest blown out.
At any rate, so this guy comes up to me and he
Tells me I did a great job while I was.
And
I got
so-
to ask. When your chest is blown out, does that mean you have a lot of chest hair and you gel it straight out?
yes, like
Okay.
Like a Brazilian blowout.
Yeah, so
Yes.
same exact thing. Got it.
yes, precisely that. So he comes up to me and he was like,
I just wanted to. I was a big fan, and now I have someone I want to introduce you to.
and so he brings me up.
Is it
to-
The Undertaker?
I wish it was the fucking Undertaker. Given the end, how this story turns out, you will also wish this was the
The
Undertaker.
fog machine starts up.
But
All the lights
so
go
he brings me up to this woman who's well into her 50s, possibly pushing 60, and he was like, "This is Caroline. She's a big fan. She saw you last week when you were here, and she wanted to say something, but she was too shy." And I was like, "Well, I appreciate that. It's very nice."
He sounds like an old retired Canadian Mountie.
Yeah, well, I don't know if you've ever heard Jesse the Body speak, but that's how he talks.
He was the governor of Minnesota.
I was the governor of Minnesota.
Okay, nope. I don't know.
I introduced myself to her, and she was very nice. And at one point, she goes to the bathroom, and he goes, "Do you like older women?"
I know where this is going.
I was afraid it was going to go there.
And yeah, and it did go there. So I was like, in my head, I was like, all the bells are going off. Like, no, you don't.
I thought you were going to say
decidedly
zombies.
Don't fucking like.
But
older,
you do like
and like
older women.
just my mouth because I didn't want.
Just my
Did
mouth.
you fuck up and say no? I like
Like
older
my head
men?
was saying, my head was telling me a thing, and then my mouth goes, "Yeah, no, like, yeah, sure," because I'm an idiot.
Is this like a genie in the bottle where your head was saying no, but your body is saying let's go or whatever?
Yep.
Okay.
My mind's telling me no. My body. That's R. Kelly, right?
But in
That's a
Genie in a
different song.
Bottle, one of the lyrics is,
My head is saying, body's saying let's go.
but my heart is saying no, or something.
Something like that.
Wow, you love Christina Aguilera. Nice.
Big fan.
Noted.
I think her nose was actually what was saying no. Anyway,
My nose is saying no.
but my nose is saying no.
So your body betrayed you.
So my mouth betrayed me. And he was like, "Well, I've been married to Caroline for 37 years. Would you like to come back to my house and you can serenade her at my home?" And I went,
Ugh.
no. Yeah. So
For the audio listeners, the no was his mind speaking, but his mouth was
I
the
just
yeah.
farted because I laughed so hard.
Thank you for that.
I have to. You can basically do anything to me, and I just like, okay, yeah.
Oh, really?
So yeah,
ladies?
don't call me on that.
Just
But
so you know.
also-
Sparkle in Charlie's eye.
He did. He lit up.
Shit
like-
just got
Why
real weird.
are you licking your lips, Charlie?
So we closed down the place, right? And so I'm staying there with this gentleman and
Caroline.
and Caroline, who I later learned was his wife.
37
you-
years.
37
Yeah, you said they
years.
were married 37 years.
Yeah. So it's his wife. We go back to they lived in the neighborhood behind.
Of course they
Harper's.
did. Thank God.
So they're
These are all like choices you made.
It
At any
is.
moment,
You're a
you
poor
could have
decision
stopped this
maker.
train.
my
from
brain was
running
like,
off the
dude, you
tracks.
should go, you should leave. And my brain was, yeah, okay. So I go back to the house, and he literally has a karaoke machine at his house.
Of course he does.
And he has me sing, not once, but twice, the same song I sang at Harper's. Okay.
oh boy,
and
this
then-
is weird.
And then, cause then we're drinking, and I'm like trying to be like, yeah, this is great. So, trying to make the best of a bad situation. So a silk purse out of a sow's ear, if you will. And,
I won't, but continue.
so
This is premeditated.
at the end of the night, he goes, and this is totally true. I swear to God, he goes, "Would you make love to my wife?"
Yeah, no shit that was coming.
And I went in my head, no.
No, Bill.
And I went, no. And finally, my mouth listened to my brain.
Plot twist.
And this is strap because this is where the Beanie Babies come
Strap
in.
on.
He
Damn
says
it.
to me, "I will pay you." And I went, "I don't want them. I don't know. It's okay." And he goes, "I have an extensive collection of very valuable Beanie Babies. I will give you."
Oh.
And I went, "Oh."
Oh no.
Dude, you know,
And then-
you guys
and
know
then
we
I-
need to go there every night now to collect podcast material, right?
Oh
Wait.
my god.
And then just to humor him, because I didn't want to be rude, I looked at the collection.
oh my. Hang on. So you said, oh yeah.
And then after that, he didn't want to be rude, so he fucked the wife.
And then so he shows me that, and I was like, "Yeah, no, I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm going to go." And he like literally walked me to the door, just continuing to ask me.
Oh my god.
I finally turned him down. I never saw the guy in Harper's ever again. But
He was
yeah.
a ghost.
So
It
hang
was
on.
large Marge.
Let me ask you
and,
this, though.
the fucking
Had he had Terry the Tiger, though, you would have absolutely taken him up on that offer, right?
oh yeah, I would have cucked the shit out of that.
What if he had
situation.
the Princess Di Beanie Baby, the one that was worth like $375,000?
I love that
Yeah, no,
short
I do
for
that.
her.
I would have
name
probably
is
fucked the guy
Di.
for the 375.
Because that's what she
What's that?
did.
That's
I would have probably fucked
dironic.
him for 375.
All right. Well, everybody's got their limit, you know.
Yeah, about tree fitty. About
Tree
tree fitty.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Did you ever see Caroline again?
No. No. Either of them.
Next week on
Neither
the
of them.
podcast, Caroline and Bill reunite.
Special guest.
Special guest.
And we make you karaoke on the show.
We actually found Caroline,
There's
and
just-
she's here tonight.
Bust through the
Special
door.
guest is the Beanie Babies. Just two of the chairs are just filled with some Beanie Babies.
Why didn't you take us home with you? All you had to do was fuck Caroline.
They're dead now, and the Beanie Babies are haunted.
Oh my god, that's holy shit. Charlie, don't die.
I got him right in the trachea.
Oh,
man.
damn, he's getting red.
Please don't vomit in my office.
Actually, that would have been great.
As I was
No,
drink.
no, it wouldn't have.
Yeah, Charlie vomits on the show.
Tonight on
That's the
a
finale.
literal.
Charlie pukes.
Charlie
Well, no,
vomits.
the story behind that is that they made me laugh so hard one night. Like,
Yep.
where were we at?
We were at
Twice.
Den-
Puked. IHOP, Jupiter.
Yeah, because somebody tried to order something from the Denny's menu.
I did. We get there. We went to the rape den.
Uh-huh.
Which, by the way, real quick, showed up. I shared it with the
I
boys,
saw it.
but
I
it
saw
showed as we speak about it on the last show. In between then and now, Facebook reminded me that I was tagged at the rape den with all my friends.
Jesus.
So it was
happened
years
in
ago.
spot.
We went to Respectables and we left
Once.
and we went to IHOP afterwards. Now we're sitting in IHOP and the waitress comes over, super nice lady, but I'm
He's
really,
shit-faced.
really
I'm
drunk.
glad you can tell the story because I don't remember anything.
Yeah,
except
I remember
laughing.
that night very
I was
well.
the designated
and I was
driver.
very drunk, but I was like, I was like giddy drunk. We were having a good night.
Where does that fall on the scale?
That's
Giddy
like somewhere
drunk.
up here. So she comes over and I'm looking at the menu and I said, you know what? I don't see it on here. Give me that bowl. It's like a skillet.
Oh,
with the
you actually got a
potatoes.
little bit mad about the bowl.
With the potatoes and the bacon. And she goes, so we don't have that. I said, yeah, you do.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Now
It's
it's
a
all coming
skillet.
back to me.
It's a skillet. It's got potatoes
So
and yada, yada, yada. And she goes, sweetheart, I think you're thinking about Denny's. I'm like, yeah, fucking look around.
Oh my god, you went all in. That's right.
And I was like, that's what I want. We don't have that. Yeah, you do. That's what I want. She goes, you're thinking of Denny's. I said, I know I am.
Geordie. Charlie, this is IHOP.
And I was like, oh, well, you got potatoes? Yeah. You got bacon? Yeah. Make me a fucking skillet.
Well, is that moment when Charlie
No,
was
I wasn't.
informed?
I
He
mean,
didn't say it dick-wise.
no, I
Or
like,
that
we were
quickly.
joking with her, but I thought we were at Denny's. So whatever ended up happening, like, I mean, we have a great picture from that night. All of us, like,
the
were
moment that you
losing our
found out
minds.
that you actually realized we weren't at Denny's was another one of the I can't breathe because we're all laughing.
I was laughing so hard.
This lady hated us.
But I ate a lot of food and then we were laughing outside and I laughed so hard that I ended up making myself throw up.
outside a lot.
Yeah.
Puked
Okay,
on the
good.
street.
I had to go like off to the
It was
side.
incredible.
But I mean, yeah, what a great night.
We've all had those nights. But yeah, Charlie
it was a
laughed
lot
so
of
hard
fun.
he puked.
That was, I still think, the night I laughed the hardest in my life because it literally I cramped and I couldn't stop laughing because my stomach had.
That's
Frozen?
still one of my favorite pictures ever.
Oh, like
It's
the
4
diagram. It's all
pictures.
yeah.
of me taking pictures of all you guys and stitching it into a picture.
Ah, the
Beautiful.
good old days.
I was a little bit more
Is that
sober.
a pick stitch thing?
Yeah, so therefore I was
We'll
not
add
laughing
that
as
to
much.
the literal Instagram page.
I was the funny one.
This was before Instagram had built-in, layout changes and
Right.
They have that.
Yeah, you had to
Yeah.
work for it back
it's literally
then.
built in.
Yeah.
You had to really be thirsty and
Come on,
fishing back
Charlie.
then.
Dude, I didn't know
You had to
that.
work.
Charlie.
Yeah.
Yeah, layout used to be actually a separate app for editing photos,
Yeah.
and then Instagram just purchased them, and now it's integrated into the app itself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Good to know.
All
Yeah,
right,
they
The
done
more
come a
you know,
long way.
right?
Charlie doesn't know what an app is.
Yeah,
They don't have that on tablets.
Yeah, I know.
Stone tablets.
I get it.
Oh,
Harken back to the good old days of another episode that we did before.
I also want to
to
learn another language. To be fair, so you have to really. Would you give Rosetta Stone a fair shake? I want to hear your review. Of
Absolutely.
How it, and also your 10 minutes
Look,
of straight
it's
Spanish.
it,
I mean, gay Spanish.
honest to God, you can't be one of those people that's like, fuck you, this is America, learn English. I want to learn other languages.
No, it's learn American.
yeah,
I think when you're in that,
learn to
mindset-
speak North American.
Speak American.
But
Not
I mean,
North
fuck, every other country in the world learns English and they learn their language. We're the only country where you learn English and that's it.
Well, because this is America, son.
Question:
I don't know if every country learns English.
If North America,
most,
a lot
I'm
of them
sorry.
do.
if in
Maybe
North
it's
It's the
America,
international language of
China,
business.
they're taught Mandarin and English as they're growing up.
It's the
So hang on.
international language of business.
North America,
It's
if Canada is the top, Mexico's the bottom, And we're in the middle. Why aren't we Central America?
Because Canada's not America technically.
Not part of North America?
But it's Canada.
Is it part of the continent North America?
Yeah, but it's not apostrophe America.
Yeah,
But it's on the continent called North America.
It's L'America.
It's the 51st state.
If you don't
Let's
get your
be
own
honest.
continent, you are now involved in whatever the name of the continent is.
Caution 23
Like India is technically
in the chat.
Asia.
Let's be honest.
Well, we have a new
like,
person
it's
in the chat.
fucking
says
Canada.
Canada is America's hat. Thanks for the clarification.
Thank you, Caution.
Oh.
Appreciate it.
Also, I
Okay.
think we should be able to call all Indian people from the country of India Asian because they're part of the Asian continent.
Amen.
I said it.
Just
Fair.
don't call them Orientals because that is racist.
You know, there's a restaurant.
Yeah, that's
in
frowned
the,
upon
or no,
these
there's a spot in the mall where they offer massage, and it's called Oriental something.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Isn't
it,
that
and,
fucked up?
and they're
Fucking-
own naming it.
it's weird.
So hang on, why is Oriental racist? Where did the term
it just
come
became
from?
one of those things that's no longer PC.
yeah. It's like saying colored.
Well, the Orient was that
True.
ever an official name for the Far East?
No, not an official
I
name.
don't think so.
It was a
So where does
bestowed
where does
upon
it? Does
title.
anybody know like where it stems from?
The
or-
Far East was also not an official name though either.
True, because to them they were
Well,
just
America's
where
the
they were at.
well, America's the middle of the world, so
Obviously.
the Far East is Asia,
We're
and
the center.
the
this
Far
is
West is
fucking-
Japan. Oh my God, we're surrounded.
Guys,
We're surrounded by the Oriental.
if anybody
Damn it.
in the audience knows any flat earthers, we'd love to get them on the show.
Oh my God! Yes, absolutely.
Has
Oh,
a
didn't they?
guest.
Didn't they almost greenlight the show because flat earthers wanted to get together a research vessel and go to the edge of the
Yeah.
Earth?
I watched the shit out of that.
Me
I
too.
watched a documentary about flat earthers, and there's so fucking many of them.
Oh, yeah.
I wanted to start a GoFundMe page where I said I would go and look for the edge of the earth just to get all these fucking morons.
But then you have to
donate
go.
to it. So you
Charlie,
travel.
listen, if
You travel.
if you got a boat and you were going to go to the edge of the Earth, I would give you money personally, a lot of it, if you were really going to do that.
Dude, it's technically you're using the money for what you said you were going
And
to.
it's a
You're just-
24/7 live
As long
stream.
as you keep going in one direction, you go to the Orient. You start there.
The Far East.
Yeah, Far East.
I don't think you can keep going
The
one
Far
direction
Orient.
because there's a lot of land masses.
You don't
that
go
be
to
your way.
Russia because right now shit's not really that cool with them in the United States.
We pop it off. Tour starts
China
at
or
North
Mexico.
Korea. We started.
no,
North
we're
Korea.
cool with Mexico now.
And then we go to
We
Russia.
just,
We're still
Venezuela.
threatening
Right.
tariffs.
No, they just signed.
No.
They
But Trump still said he made a like backhanded. Oh my God, what's the word here? Backhanded threat.
it's like you're
He made
fucking
a-
taste testing something.
Backhanded threat
He's a lip
that he
smacker.
would instantly reintroduce the tariffs if Mexico didn't do more to stop the caravanners from coming through.
Oh.
Jesus.
Oh yeah, we've already yeah.
I watch
it's been
news in
big
like
time
5
news.
minute interviews.
Oh, it's me with the smacking, but it's you with the dumb language.
Well, like
Don't get
what's
so
his name
sensitive,
said, I need to
lip
learn English.
smackington.
Fuck, do they have Rosetta Stone for English? They must have it, right?
No, absolutely not. It's the Rosetta Stone, but they don't teach the most widely
Everybody
accepted
knows American.
Yeah, we're not even going to put it on there.
I'll tell you what right now, boy.
Everybody speaks American.
Let's change the show title to I'll tell you what and I'll tell you how.
I'll give you a what and tell.
Yeah, and then Mike and I will introduce. I'll tell you what, and then Mike will go, and I'll tell you how. This is welcome to the show.
We should have a segment too where we cover all the most racist terms for people of different cultures, so that people can avoid saying them. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like a public
Oh, that's a
service.
slippery
That sounds like a
fucking
good
slope.
idea.
Yeah,
No,
that
that's
week.
a great
That's
idea.
not-
I wanna dip my
that's a
fucking
joke.
foot in.
That's a joke, guys.
We're gonna
Calm
have
down.
a guest speaker on that week for myself. I think I'm coming down with something.
It's gonna be
With
a-
Spanish. You're
a
coming down with it
literal
hard.
PA
Coming-
speaker.
I'm gonna
down
be
with some
learning.
gay
I'm gonna be
Spanish.
learning some more Spanish. Dude, I'm gonna nail it. You watch.
All
I
right.
hope you do. I
hope
got
you do
I got
too.
my fingers crossed for you.
I'm
Which
really-
one of you just farted?
None of us.
None of us.
I'm really rooting for.
Maybe you
the,
had that weird thing where you smelled your own breath.
No, I heard a noise.
I heard it too, but I
Oh,
don't-
it's the cleaning crew.
cleaning crew.
I'm really
Maybe
rooting
they
for
farted.
Carlos here to come out with a full blown fluency in Spanish.
Carlos.
Por qué Maria? But
Why, Maria?
I don't know if you can speak for 10 minutes straight in a week.
No, absolutely.
If you can, though, I'm buying the shit out of Rosetta Stone in every
yeah,
language.
absolutely.
hell yeah. You might be their greatest success.
Charlie, get your
story.
work cut out for you.
Speaking of which,
You should only take Spanish-speaking tables from now until the next show.
tables.
At his restaurant.
Oh,
He
gotcha.
works in the
At
service
the-
industry.
You should
Il
steal.
restaurante.
You should steal tables that speak Spanish.
Aha! Nacho El Grande. What do you recommend? And you just have like the most keyword fucking foods. Quesadilla. No,
You
dia.
watch. I'm gonna knock it out of the park.
Can I
Absolutely
interest
not.
you in a quesadilla?
Quesadilla.
Tune in next week. 'Cause I'm gonna nail this shit.
All right.
I believe in you.
It's just about that time again, folks.
Hell yeah.
Did we get to everything on the board?
Yeah, we did.
Check.
Yes, we
I
did.
think that's actually the first time we ever did get to everything on the board.
Huh. Bill, your time is always the best. I think I speak for everybody, including the audience, when I say that we all look forward to Bill's story time.
And you better have one. And it better be better every fucking episode.
I do have another good one for next week, so
All
you
right.
guys stay tuned.
If you ever run out, just start making them up because you got enough material to just combine some things.
Just start cutting the episode, cutting the stories and splicing them together.
Yes.
That's like elements.
So anyway, then Caroline chased me to the ATM and wanted me to pay for cocaine.
We'll just take all his stories from now and we'll rapid cut them together. And that night was good. And he's in a different shirt every time, and we make a brand new story.
Just different cuts of me inhaling.
It's about a Beanie Baby trying to get him to buy him cocaine.
That'll be the last story I tell on the show. That'll be our farewell episode.
That'll be wrapping it up. Speaking of wrapping it up, we don't do it here on the show. We don't condone that shit at home.
Also,
Just
we never
pull out.
Yeah.
Geordie never pulls out.
I'm the pull-out king. You ever seen that?
That's the only father.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, that was intentional. Not the child.
But you still had to do it.
But they're not pulling out.
True.
And on that note, we will end. Will we like to pay some bills tonight?
Yeah, tonight's show is brought to you by
My extensive collection of Beanie Babies that I did end up receiving because I had sex with Caroline.
Good night, guys.
Wow.
Wow, I was so prepared.